Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. I want to share with you guys how you can keep your relationship healthy. These are tips that I've picked up throughout the years and I hope that they can help you. So drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I'm so happy you're here. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe. We're always talking about love and self-love, how to heal ourselves, our spiritual path, and things like that. So if that's your vibe, then make sure that you subscribe. Okay, so all right, so how to keep your relationship healthy. What's something you can do? The first tip, and it might be the most important thing I have to tell you, is to make sure that you keep other people out of your relationship. Yes. You guys, when I was a teenager, when I first started dating, I think I was getting older. I was getting ready to leave the house. My godmom sat me down. I'm really close to her. And she told me, look at me, do not share your most personal thoughts of your relationship with anyone else, especially people who love you. And it was really wise advice because she expressed to me that, hey, let's say you and your partner get into a fight or a disagreement and you tell your family or friends about it, they are never going to forget it. And that's what they're going to think of your partner. It's going to alter their view of your partner. So how to keep your relationship healthy? Keep your relationship to yourself. It's really no one else's business. And when you think about it, if you're having a problem or an issue, that's when you normally go to other people to talk about it. But you didn't tell them about all the good times. So in their mind, they're just seeing your partner through the lens of the worst things that have happened in the relationship. Okay, and so they can then influence you, alter your view, confuse you. And then if you decide to stay together, they're never going to look at that person the same, ever. And so to protect yourself and to protect your partner and to protect the relationship, you want to keep it private. This is how you're going to keep it healthy. It's no one else's business. And you don't need their opinions, their doubts, and people project all of the time. So that means how somebody feels about something, they might push that on to you and make that your reality when it's not. So it can cause confusion. There's also haters, jealousy, envy. They might chat in your ear to take you away from that other person because they're jealous or they're envious of your relationship. They wish that they had something like that, or they just don't want you to have it because they don't have it. But that's why surround yourself with positive people, because if you have negative people are going to give you negative advice. People who are carrying hate and resentment in their heart, they're going to push that onto you and make their problems your problems, and you don't need that. And so it's wise to get advice from people that you trust, but you want to be the ultimate say in your life. So this is about trusting yourself, trusting your heart, and trusting the divine. Because even relationships that, let's say they don't end up working out or you're learning some tough lessons, that relationship is meant to be in your life because it's teaching you something. So how to keep your relationship healthy? Keep others' opinions out of it. How to keep your relationship healthy? You want to be patient with your partner. Ooh. Through thick and thin, and choosing humility over your pride and your ego. You guys, pride is the easiest way to lose your love, like lose yourself, lose the relationship, lose your partner. And it's a challenging thing to do, but if you can be humble and be patient and be loving with this other soul, knowing that you are not perfect and they are not perfect and you are two imperfect people coming together, love is worth it. Like love can heal it. Love is the answer every single time. And so you have to be patient with your partner over a long, period of time. I saw this beautiful quote that was like, it was like two old people sitting at the park. Old people, it's kind of rude. To like an older, they might have been in their 80s, maybe 90, and they were sitting on a bench staring at each other laughing. And it was like a photo of them. And the quote was like, I just wonder how many times these two forgave one another. And it's so beautiful to recognize this and to humble yourself. You know, like, love is not a fairy tale, and a relationship requires effort, and it requires patience, being flexible and bendy, being selfless, being able to compromise for the good of the relationship. This is how you're going to keep it healthy, right? Because you're bound to go through problems, ups and downs, but is it worth it to you? Like, can you humble yourself for the sake of the relationship? And it's going to teach you about yourself, and it's going to teach you what real love is, which is unconditional. And it's also going to teach you about the boundaries that you have for yourself. You can love someone and not be in a relationship with them. You can love someone and create a healthy relationship with them. It's your choice. And so you learn about yourself, and you learn how to create boundaries, hold to them, what you desire, how you behave. Relationships teach you so much about you. Every time you extend love, every time you extend patience, you become an embodiment of unconditional love, which is what we all need. Maybe we don't want to admit it, but this is how God treats us, right? Like, you don't make a mistake and then you're condemned forever. Maybe religion will teach you that you're going to a fiery place, but I personally don't think that's true at all. You're not going to burn for all of eternity. No, like, if you're a parent, you know this. Your child makes a mistake, you're not going to condemn them forever. No. People are imperfect. People are complex. So how to keep your relationship healthy? Be patient with this other soul. They might get on your nerves sometimes. That's okay. They might have some things they have to work through. That is part of life. So do you. So your ego might look like pointing the finger, but humility looks like looking in the mirror and seeing what it is that you can change and how you can make it work. Right? That song by Neo, Make It Work, let's make it work, baby. But at the same time, having boundaries for yourself, you know, because this is going to create a healthy relationship. You do have to have boundaries. There should be structure and limits that protect the relationship and protect you and protect your partner. And so talk about it. You know, communication is key, but how to keep a relationship healthy, practice patience, and your partner is going to be so grateful to you, because when you're patient with them, they should be able to be patient with you. And now you guys are making love, not war. Okay, so how to keep a relationship healthy. You want to be your partner's biggest support. And remember that y'all are on the same team, the home team, same side, okay? Collaboration is going to make it work. And be their biggest support in public, be their biggest support in private, right? Like, a divided house falls. So if you're at war with one another, the relationship, it's not going to, that creates bitterness, resentment, and it's unresolved, right? So you have to learn how to work together and be rooting for one another, right? Like, want truly what's best for them and what's best for the relationship. So same side. It's really cool too, or something I've noticed is that everything is spiritual on earth. And so of course there's ops, right? So beautiful love, a power couple, or just two people in love, the force of love is so healing to the earth. There is going to be opposition. So if you allow it, then you can be torn apart by bad influences, by temptation, by pride, ego, your own ish getting in the way. And so if you're not conscious, then it will tear you apart. How to keep a relationship healthy? Recognize that you want to work together, and you want to be rooted in the spiritual fruits of love. And this means like humility, patience, love, kindness, grace, forgiveness is a huge one. And this doesn't mean like just letting anything slide. It means resolving the root issues and coming to an agreement together, a compromise together, and being like moving from love. A lot of times it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And then show up for them. Like, let them know how loved they are, how supported they are. They have to feel your support on both sides, because you're rooting for each other. You're rooting for love, like you're rooting for the relationship, you're doing everything you can for a successful, healthy relationship. This is how you keep it healthy, fun, thriving, like you're on each other's side and you got each other's back no matter what. Yeah, you're riding a ride or die. Okay, so how to keep your relationship healthy. You want to forgive quickly. This is something that I've learned and it has really changed my life and helped me. Not always so easy to do. A relationship requires effort and it requires work, right? And more than just love. Forgive quickly. You have to be able to let things go. And this is about you being humble. You don't want to be carrying grudges, because a grudge is going to tear a relationship apart. How to keep it healthy is to keep it clean and to keep it pure. Speak what's on your heart. There's no way you can resolve problems if you don't bring them up. And so you have to be able to calmly, respectfully communicate. Honest communication with one another is going to keep your relationship healthy and full of light and love, transparency. So of course, vulnerability, but this is just going to create a deeper bond between you. It's going to create a deeper connection. And it's going to keep the relationship so strong, so healthy. Like when you are best friends with your partner, you can talk to them about anything. When you trust them and you are willing to fight for your relationship, like fight to make it work. And remember that you're doing it because you love this other person and because you want to be together. So this means doing what you can. Forgive each other quickly. Like don't hold a grudge. Don't carry things that happened a long time ago. Like don't be carrying that in the relationship. Like for what? Talk about it. You have to resolve it. If you try to pretend something doesn't bother you, or if you try to like sweep things under the rug, like you're just like carrying that stagnant energy with you. Like you're carrying old energy with you. Instead, like bring it up, bring it into the light, let them speak their piece. You speak your piece respectfully, right? But ideally, we're human, so your words can heal or they can harm. They're like swords. And so be mindful how you speak to someone and know that there's someone that you love, and the energy you put out is the energy you're going to get. So if you're acting crazy, then they're probably going to act crazy with you. Like, unless they're mature and humble and wise and just so strong, so then they can maybe be patient with you. But how to keep your relationship healthy is to forgive quickly. You guys, I learned this when I had my daughter, because when she was a little girl, when she was like 2 or 3 years old, whenever she'd get upset with me or I'd get upset with her, she threw her toy like at my head or something, made a mess, or like dumped out the flour on the counter. I'm cooking, I'm baking, she's like pouring it out. Or one time she was so tiny and she was hungry, and so she put a stick of butter in the pan before I was, oh no. Anyway, she put a stick of butter in the pan and she brought it into my room and she's like, tacos. It was so funny. Okay, so something like that, I'd reprimand her like, mamas, no, so she taught me how to forgive quickly, because whenever we'd be upset with each other, she'd want to make up right away. And I realized right then and there that this is the natural way. It felt so good in my heart to know, like, wow, this is how we were naturally made. Children connect us to God so much because they remind us of the natural ways that we're born into this world that sometimes we can forget. So what will keep you from forgiving quickly? Pride, ego, I'm right, they're wrong, and that's going to destroy a relationship. So how to keep it healthy is to forgive quickly, but don't just pretend nothing happened. Talk about it and resolve it. So then let it go, which might test you, but the more that you put this into practice, the easier it becomes. And this is how to keep your relationship healthy, right? Continue to heal together. The word healthy is heal thyself, really. Heal thyself. Healthy, healing, a healing love, a healing, healthy relationship. Okay, the last tip I have for you on how to keep your relationship healthy: don't do or say something in private that you are not able to say in public, and say or do this in their face. So if you feel you have to be sneaky, there's your problem right there. Like if you feel like whatever you're doing in the dark will come into the light. So let's say you're doing something in private that you're trying to hide it from your partner. Like if you can't do it right in front of them, if you can't say that right in front of them, you're not going to have a healthy relationship, because it's like you're creating problems. Like, why can't you do it in front of them? Okay, so once you start, if it can't be transparent, if it can't be in the light, if you're afraid, then there's an issue there, right? So how to keep your relationship healthy? Transparency, honesty, right? No lies, no shady intentions, no sneaky behavior. And I really hate cheating, you guys, because if two people have agreed to be in a relationship, like a committed relationship or a marriage or something like that, if somebody wants to step out of the relationship, you should break up with that person. Like, break up with one person to get with another one. Because when you don't do it like that, when you're trying to like have your cake and eat it too, or you're trying to be sneaky, do it on the low, like you end up hurting the person that you actually love. If you want to be in your selfish era, whatever, that's fine, but communicate that, right? So don't do something in private that you wouldn't want shown in the public, because guess what? Everything is public. Like, everything is public because everything is in the light. Like, we're spiritual beings in a body, so everything is seen. Everything is out in the open. Every thought, every intention. And so it's going to test you. It's going to help you as a person be in authenticity, and also learning how to resolve conflict, learning how to stand up for yourself, learning how to love yourself, respect yourself, and be in a relationship that's healthy. Because again, if you feel like you have to hide things, maybe it's not the relationship for you, right? And so learning how to work through things together, it's going to build your character. It's going to reveal your character to you, right? And it's going to protect the relationship, and it's going to create so much trust. Because if you're on the same team, like if you're in a relationship, then you don't ever want to hear through the grapevine, how do they say it? You don't want to hear from other people that, oh, your partner's been saying these horrible things about you, or been doing these things behind your back. Like, that is the worst feeling. It's going to break the trust. So how to keep a relationship healthy is to communicate and to like love them out loud, love them behind the scenes, be just as supportive and into them and honest behind the scenes as you are in front of them. Like, don't go to your best friend and tell them all this crap that you're not willing to say to them. Like, again, it's no one's like business. Like, you don't need other people's approval. You don't need them to say, yes, this is the run for you, or no, they're not, this is why, they're this, they're that. No, like, what do you think? What does your own inner self say? Things like that. So like, if somebody is talking about somebody else, how that person responds to gossip, let's call it, tells you a lot about their character. For example, like, I've seen this in my own family. Like, if one of my siblings is talking to my mom about another sibling, she'll like be like, oh no, she'll put an end to it, because she's not going to be a part of that. She's not going to gossip. And on the reverse side, like, I've seen the opposite happen too, where two family members will feel very like they won't see a problem with gossiping about another family member. And that's a red flag, because are you going to say those same things if that person was here? So it's no different with your partner. So be open, be transparent, be brave. Oh, I don't want to, you know, like, that's why relationships reveal yourself to you. If you're like, oh, I can't say these things in front of them, they're gonna get mad at me. Okay, so like, if it's bothering you, don't create a war within yourself to keep the peace. That's not peaceful. Like, don't brush things under the rug. Don't be too afraid. Like, stand up for yourself and how you feel. Speak your truth, speak your heart. And if it's the right relationship with you, then you guys will come to an understanding with each other. All right, so these are my thoughts on how to keep a relationship healthy. Drop me your comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'm sending so much love and power and healing into your life, and I'm wishing you so much like healing and love into your relationships. It's possible. We just have to learn like how to have healthy relationships. So leave me a comment down below. How do you keep your own relationship healthy and thriving so that you feel safe to love one another? And just go deeper and create a spicy, healthy, beautiful bond. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.